going through the portal and a lot of the questions you were asking Penn State. Can you take us through that process and how you kind of approached it mentally?
So for mentally, it was more so making the best decision for me to grow as a man and a football player. And I believe just off of the track record at Penn State, it had much more to offer than just the football, to grow past football, grow in the academic lane. And then as well, you got somebody like Coach Terry who's developed multiple DBs. It was a no-brainer.
What were some of the questions, do you remember, that you were asking them as you were going through that process?
Of course, things that had to do with the defensive line, how would the defensive line look for the coming years, and just, how would I be developed? How would I be developed past corner to get me to my ultimate end goal? And they definitely have a plan.
Why did the defensive line matter for people who may not know the ins and outs of football?
The defensive line, it mattered a lot to me because, the quicker they get to the quarterback, the less that I have to cover. So I definitely need those guys up there getting to that quarterback as quick as possible.
How crazy was the process once you entered the portal, and what was maybe like the most stressful part of that for you?
It was just all the schools trying to get in contact with you, trying to tell you what you want to hear again. You back in the portal, so everybody just want to tell you what they need to get you back on campus. And especially, now that you've been in college, they know you've been a little bit more developed, so they're definitely anxious to get their hands on you and try to get you on campus. But more so knowing what you want when you go in the portal was something that was big for me and my family.
What was Penn State's pitch then and vice versa that made you want to come visit here before you committed?
It's bigger than football. They're going to develop me as a man and truly care for me as a person, which was something that I definitely look for. And just the track record speaks for itself. They constantly put somebody in the league as long as you do the right thing up here and you listen to everybody around you.
They recruited you out of high school. How did they handle the situation when you decided to go somewhere else? Julian was talking about that a little bit. So what was that like? And did it end on good terms, I guess, is the best way of asking?
Yeah, it definitely ended on good terms because Coach Terry is just such a good dude. He's genuine. So when I did tell him that I wouldn't be coming to Penn State, he just wished me the best. And, with how football is now, he said, I hope I get another chance. And I knew once I went back in, he would get his chance.
Did Georgia have some intrigue about trying to move you to safety? Was that kind of part of why you wanted to move on there?
No, not necessarily. It is true. I actually, it was more than just safety. I actually was learning nickel, corner. I was probably one of the only corners playing everything up there while my time was up there.
When you look at what you've done here so far during spring practice, what are the things after 12 of them you look back on and feel either good about, proud about, areas that you've improved or have showcased as strengths so far? What are some of the things that come to mind at this point?
For me, right now, it's just understanding that I'm somebody who hasn't put anything on tape yet. So every day is just the day to get better, get developed, because I understand that, right now I'm just practicing, trying to get ready for those Saturdays. So everything is just little detailed and making sure that I'm as little detailed as possible in all my work to make sure I'm ready for those Saturdays.
You guys have a lot of talent in that cornerback room. Terry has told us before that he likes the guys for guys to kind of evaluate themselves and say, hey, this should be our depth chart. Mm-hmm. Have you done that yet? And is that different?
We all do that. We always do that. It's a real honest room. He has a saying, check your feelings in at the door. So it's never anything personal. It's just the room being honest and showing transparency within the room so everybody understands. So this is how I feel about the room. So we all have a good understanding and come to agreement on how we view the room.
Talking about the room itself, can you talk about that competitive atmosphere that some of the guys that have already been here have brought since you stepped on, as well as just your relationship since you've been here during the spring?
Man, it's been amazing. I feel like once you do bring some new faces on campus, on campus, it just naturally pushes that competitive nature within the room. Everybody constantly pushing each other to do extra work, just making sure that we're all in here, making sure that we're ready for the Saturday, because we understand that we're a question mark.